Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. I've been extremely busy with all my shoots, and also I had tons of stuff I had to retouch. So that was really busy week for me, but I'm glad it's almost over. Time to relax over the weekend a little bit. But before I do that, I would like to do this I hope it's going to be short vlog, and I would like to talk what makes a good headshot. I know I've been going through this over and over again, but I would like to just kind of put this whole thing in like a one short vlog where I would like to kind of go very briefly through 5 components which in my opinion makes a good headshot. I'm sure most of you guys who been doing headshots for a long time, you probably know those things, but I would like to kind of dedicate this vlog to photographers as well as to my potential clients, because sometimes if we have those things kind of break down, it's much easier to understand what we have to look for. And then as well, for me, whenever I shoot a headshot, I'm always looking at those 5 components separately, and then try to make them as best as I can. So let me start with I would say the less important things, and we're gonna kind of go to the most important things, which in my opinion they're gonna make a very good and professional headshot. So let me start with the background. That's the first component, and there's different schools, as you probably guys all know. There's photographers who shoot on the white background, the gray background, black background. Dylan Patrick was, I have to say, one of the pioneers who come up with interesting idea, and then he started doing cinematic headshots, which basically they gave a little bit of more artistic feel to it, and I really fall in love with that concept, because I think that well, depends also what those headshots are used for, right? That's another important thing. But I guess, and I think also that if we have a little bit of artistic touch to it, it's not gonna hurt. So I think that depends what you guys like, and it depends what this image is gonna be used for. But I'm gonna share my personal take on that, as I really like to have those headshots done with the background, which has a little bit of artistic touch. One of the things which I would like to add to this, that good background also cannot be overpowering the person itself, because we've seen sometimes that the background becomes more interesting than the person, and that's, I think it's too much, because you know, people who's going to look at that image, they're going to focus on the background, not on the person, and that's supposed to be completely opposite way. The person is the most important thing on the image, and the background is just a filler. But if we can create something which has that interesting feel to it, some interesting lines, patterns, I deeply believe that that give that image some extra boost, and also give that extra artistic feel to it, and I really like that. So that's as far the background goes. Again, just to kind of a little bit of I would like to add a little bit something to it, that I also think that as far the background goes, it takes a little bit of experiment, what works, what doesn't work. You guys probably know that I've been shooting all over the place, and I've been trying different things, and just shooting everywhere, and I'm trying to create some interesting background. And I still didn't figure out what I like the most. I'm still trying to find this this something which gonna really inspires me. But again, I have to say that please feel to knock yourself out and try to do different things, because I found that different places and different locations can give you some really outstanding results, and that's gonna make those images very, very unique and special, and then the clients, they're gonna simply love those images. So that was the first component. So what is the next component? The next component is the lighting. Again, there's two schools. Some photographers, they only shoot in available light. Some other photographers, they want to have a little more control, and they shooting either professional lighting setups or strobes or whatever. I like shoot with speed lights, but it's important to have a little bit of control. I've seen a lot of photographers who shoot only available in natural light. That's a great concept. I found it's a little bit tricky sometimes, and especially the place where I live, where it's winter all the time and I'm shooting inside, and sometimes it would be really hard to maintain that kind of approach, because I like to have a full control on what's really going on, and that also gives me the some kind of feel to the image, which I really like, and it's much easier to retouch those images later on. So again, everyone has own approach, and then that also comes down to how much you want to invest in your gear, because having a professional lighting setup, that sometimes might be a little bit costly, but if you want to start with available light, that's how I started, and then you can kind of slowly move on to some professional stuff, then it's great. But again, my approach is I really like to have full control over the lighting, because that gives me the results I like, and I know they're gonna work. So that would be the second important factor, what's gonna make the good headshot. So what is the next thing? The next thing is the pose. The body language says a lot of things. So it's extremely important that you know what works, what doesn't work. There's a couple things which I would like to mention. As far the pose goes, you always want to have person engaging with the camera. You always want to have the person leaning forward, so you have that connection with your subject. That's extremely important, and then you can figure it out. Another things, you also want to have the person in the angle. There's a lot of very interesting books out there which you can purchase. I know that Amazon has some very cool stuff which you can purchase and then just study the body language. Some people, well, I'm sure some of you guys realize that sometimes even small change can give the image completely different feel, and the body language is gonna say completely different things. So it's good that you study this a little bit, and then you understand what works, what doesn't work. But again, I think that the best way is to just keep practicing and changing the person poses, and try to new things and explore this a little bit, because sometimes one pose is going to work for one person and might not work for the other person. So you cannot really stick to one thing and just kind of keep with this, because sometimes it might be a little bit tricky. So so what I would recommend is to just keep practicing and keep shooting and keep trying new things, and then see what works, what doesn't work. Okay, so another important factor which in my opinion is one of the most and the key component of good headshot, is the face expression. That's something which is one of the top priorities as far the headshot goes. And there's different schools, how you work with your clients and how you manage to pull out of this people positive and good face expressions. You can start with, as I said, different things. You can try different tricks. I deeply believe that it takes also time, and you cannot really just start working with the person and expect in the next 5 minutes that they're gonna open up to you and they're gonna basically nail all the face expression you wanted. Unfortunately, that takes time, and 99.9% people, whenever they stand at the front of the camera, they're scared. That's just part of our business. There's nothing what we can do about it. We need to break the ice and get into the person so you can start really pulling some interesting stuff out of the person. The one thing what I would recommend is just to have a conversation with the person. This is one of the things which I do, and I found that works well. You can throw some jokes, but that also depends on the person you're working with. Sometimes it's really easy to throw some jokes and get some good expressions, but sometimes it doesn't work. You know, some people, they don't buy that. And then especially I found with the corporate world, these people want to be in and out, so you have to really get the conversation going even before the shoot. So as soon as this person is at the front of the camera, then you have something going on. You have already built up some I would say connection with the person. And if you have ability to stretch the time and work a little bit longer with the person, I highly recommend it to push as far as you can to work and then make sure that you're getting what you're looking for. I also want to say that sometimes it's really hard whenever we have let's say different packages where we limit the client with the time and say, I have half an hour with you, and then after 20 minutes, let's say you've got nothing, and that happens to me a few times, and then I was stretching the time till I will finish the shoot and I know I have something so I can work with some images which the clients will be happy. Because for me, another 20 minutes or 15 minutes or even half an hour, I prefer to work a little bit longer and get the images what I'm looking for, instead finish earlier, because that was, let's say, the agreement, and then pulling my hair out because I don't have any images which they're usable, and then I know that client's not going to be happy with them. So that's really tricky part, and that sometimes takes a lot of time to break into those people and get the stuff what we're looking for. Okay, so that would be as far the expression goes. And the last component, which is really important but also very tricky and difficult, is editing. Again, there is some different schools, and there's some photographers who they don't retouch images at all. There are some who just touch them up. There are some other photographers who do very heavy editing. So that's also depends how much you want to push your images and how heavy do you want to edit them. I found that over the years I started be more efficient. I think with my editing I can do a little bit less, and then I know that editing or that retouching is gonna take off all the imperfection, but it's not gonna make image looks fake or unreal or plasticky, but that comes with the time. I think that especially when you're starting off, then you just overdoing everything. That's just part of the drill, and that's, I think, every person who do own retouching knows that the beginnings are always hard, and then we try to push it a little bit more, and then after a while we see, okay, you know what, that image was way more pushed too far with which technically what was supposed to be done. But don't be really scared of that. That's just normal. Everyone goes through that process, and more you retouch, you see way more things, and then you become more conscious about how far you want to push those images, and then you're starting doing less, but you become more efficient, and that's going to definitely reflect your work, and then your image is going to definitely look better. So I could go on and on about those things, but I think that just the 5 the most important components which gonna make headshot look really good. And let me repeat those. So let's start with the background. That's the first thing. The next thing is the lighting. Another thing which is extremely important is pose, then face expression, and retouching. That's the last one. So I hope that was interesting. I would definitely like to hear any of your comments. If you guys have any additional things which you would like to add to that, that would be fantastic. I would definitely like to hear from you. Please write down some comments or questions, and I will be in touch with you, and I will be responding to so whatever questions or whatever messages or comments I will receive, I will be responding to all of them, so I can promise you that. So I would like to wish you a fantastic weekend. I hope everyone will have a great time, spend some time with the family, because that's something which I'm feeling that I'm lacking a little bit recently, so I have to work on that. And I'll see you guys on Monday, and then we'll bring some interesting topics to the headshot photography business. So stay tuned, and I'll chat with you guys very soon. Bye bye.